Hello, welcome to a God is a Geek video chat. We are going to talk about Project Cars 2, and I'm joined with Mr. Adam Cook. How are you doing?
I'm fine, but I think you're supposed to shout Cars because the game's Project and
Capital,
Cars. Yeah.
Damn it, okay.
I
should
don't
have.
like that. But listen, games have stupid names. At least this one's just Project Cars 2. I mean, whatever. Yeah, Project Cars 2.
How is it compared? How is Project Cars compared to the first game?
You should, don't do that the whole video because it's going to blow people's ears out. But
I know, yeah.
So it's interesting because Project Cars is a game I played. I think I played on PC because I very much remember I was reviewing a laptop at the time and I used one of the endurance races to see if I could drain the battery on the laptop. Yeah. I think I'd even videoed it. I can't remember. But it is an improvement. I don't know if it will fix everyone's issue with every part of the first game, but they have added to it. So Rallycross is in Project Cars 2. They've added ice. The dynamic weather is brilliant. That was there before anyway, but like it is an improvement. What I think the biggest improvement, I think probably are the pad controls. And they've really sort of redesigned the controls. Like they've made it more responsive. And it's very, very cool. Like you can feel the camber of the road. You can feel the vibration in the PS4 controller, depending on what type of track you're on, where that kind of stuff. If I haven't already made you realise, Project Cars 2 is seriously hardcore. Like, I don't know that there's another sim, because this is a sim racer. This is 100% like a proper hardcore sim racer, to the point where if you turn every assist off and make it into like just a genuinely racing game, a real race. There are cars that will just you'll rev them up, and because you're revving too hard, you just spin instantly. So it is recommended, I think, if you're not. I would say for anyone because it is a new game, you need to have some assists on to sort of get to know each car, each track. Like it isn't a game that you just jump into and go, oh, you know what? I'm just going to do 10 laps of this track. I've never played on the track before. But yeah, you'll spin out. You'll mess up. You'll get a crap time. You will need to. It asks and rewards dedication.
Yeah, I completely understand what you're saying because I played the first one and I did a feature for the site where I'd never played a proper sim racing game before, and it was Project Cars that I chose. And within the first 5 minutes, I was ready to just pack it in. I was like, this just isn't for me. I don't drive in real life, so trying to even comprehend what's going on in this car was too much for me. But then I did give it more time. I gave hour after hour. I felt I was improving. But I was still struggling. So I can see even now with the second one, it's gonna demand just as much as it did the first. And I don't know how much people are gonna be into that. But obviously it looks stunning, and we all know that. And the dynamic weather is a fantastic trait of it. But what are there any kind of mechanics to the gameplay that have been changed to help new drivers or anything like that, or is it still kind of similar?
I think I don't want to harp on about it, but I think the improvements to the PS4 controls themselves will in itself make newcomers feel a little more at home. I think it's really important that people understand this is not a game that you're going to sit down and do 10 laps of. Like I say, it is a game that you are going to have to kind of sit down, right, work out what do I need assist wise. Do I want a racing line on? What should I maybe start with, like the Red Bull Miata, or should I just actually be sensible and start with a simple slower car that I can control round a bend? It is a game, and it's totally, if people loved Project Cars, they'll know what I mean here. If people hated it, again, they'll know what I mean here. It's not a game that, you can totally slide, you can totally do that, but it's not a game that ideally you're sliding 100 miles an hour into a corner. I don't want to harp on about it, it's a simulation, this is. Yeah. So you do need, I tell you what, a nice little moment that you might come across when you're playing it, that you may have had in the first game, but I've not seen this in any other racing game. You might feel like you're spinning out all the time, and then what you notice is that the actual markings on the side of the road, so the off the road, it will say 100, 70, 40. It's actually telling you the recommended speed to be coming into that corner. That's cool. On the course as it would be in real life. And once you start to get into that mindset of, okay, this isn't a game I need to just be flying around corners. The other races aren't doing that. It's a simulation. I think you have a better time with it.
Yeah.
There are loads of cars, and that is one thing they have definitely fixed. There were like complete whole manufacturers just missing from the first game, like some of the Italian manufacturers were completely missing. Obviously, there are more courses, loads of courses, the Rallycross, the Ice. It's definitely worthy of being called like a sequel. It definitely is. I think I'm probably not the target market for it. The people who want a sim racer know what it is, and I'll probably know what to expect from Project Cars 2. This is just an opportunity to show them some of the gameplay and have a little chat about it. Like when it comes time to review it, I will most certainly hand it over to Gary, who is like the racing knowledge man on our team. But in terms of preview sense, it's not going to convert you from an arcade racer to a sim fan. It's not going to change your mind if you don't like these kind of games. If anything, I think they've said it is accessible. I so far feel they've doubled down on the hardcore sim. While I totally agree they have fixed the controls a bit, or quite a lot, I still think they have actually doubled down on the hardcore sim aspect. Like they've gone to town on making this authentic.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know if that's going to appeal to everyone. I think,
and I don't think it needs to. In honesty, racing games, a bit like fighting games, have come back in like they've really come back in the past couple of years. And there are a lot of racing games now, perhaps not as many as fighting games, but you know, you've got Forza 7, you've got GT Sport. But I do think if you're the hardcore sim fan, I can't, you know, Assetto Corsa maybe. I think that's a sim as well. I haven't played that one myself, but I think people are gonna. I think they're making this for the people that want it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
I don't think they're trying to convert anyone.
No.
I wanted to do this video just to show people what it looks like, because I do think it's a graphical improvement, and I do think it's a better game. But it is. I do still feel it's doubling down on the hardcore stuff. I keep saying that. I am repeating myself. We should probably stop.
No worries. Well, enjoy the video and check us out on godsgeek.com for loads of more info. The review, when it goes up, will be on there.
I mean, the game's a few months off yet. I think it's September. I can't remember. Actually, I think it's September. It's a while off yet.
It weighed through all the other games around the time, and might even
there's not enough games in September, so
Well, thanks for joining me, Adam.
Cheers, mate. Cheers.
No worries, and take care, everyone. Thank you. Bye bye.